Everybody's losing their minds, guys. Everybody's losing their minds with what is coming into raid, right? We are on the test server right now, and there's a new resource available on the test server, okay? This is called the Prism Crystals, the Prism Crystals. So, obviously, for it to be available on the summoning portal, it must make sense that it relates to summons. I know you might have seen videos of some other creators already covering this, so I wanted to give my take on it and my thoughts on how this is gonna go, how the community will see it. And I think it's an obvious step by Plarium because they pretty much wanna change how things go with the 10x's and the 2x's. Everybody's hoarding shards, so they want to bring in something that breaks that habit of us that we have to save up on resources. Of course, the saving on resources is brought in by Plarium. It's 100% the product of their design, right? Plarium comes in and tells us, okay, there's a CVC, we always have 10x's or guaranteed or something like a 1+1 during a CVC. So guess what, Plarium, I'm saving for CVCs. Oh, you didn't do a good one for CVC? Guess I'm saving for the next one. Oh, the weekend coming in, we know that it's either going to be a 10x or a 2x. You're bringing in new events? Well, a 10x is not going to cut it. So I'm saving for a 10x on a Void champion that I might be able to pull some shards in. So all of these have brought in the Wait Shadow Legends effect, right? Where famously, my buddy Jay Giggs posted a video and he made fun of this thing, the Wait Shadow Legends, right? So this is the product of their design, the prisms. It's not going to be affecting fusions that we have already because we barely have any, right? They haven't touched this for 3 years now, the guaranteed fusions. Fragment summons. I doubt they will come in and give us fragments for champions we're missing. I famously still have my Operdin Clownfather sitting there at 95 out of 100. So I'm missing 5 fragments. So with that being said, I believe the information data mined already about these prisms is something that will be coming in very shortly. For example, already Gnut's multipliers have been data mined when Gnut is not even actively in the game. He's there, but nobody really summoned him yet. So it's information that's already on the server. So what I'm gonna show you right now, guys, is a data mine apparently posted over on Reddit, right? Covering this. This was 2 days ago. I didn't pick up on this because I don't really go on Reddit much. And when I do, sometimes it's very sad. So having that in mind, let's see. During a summon pool event, you can summon from a unique pool of champions. It's not going to say unique new pool of champions. Each event will have its own unique pool of champions that can be summoned. Champions of the same rarity have an equal chance of being summoned. Note of that, the same rarity have an equal chance of being summoned. So we will still have this problem right here, guys. Okay, even with these new prisms, and we don't even know their cost because obviously there will be packs for these, but the rarities, rare, epic, legendary, the prisms will have a different chance for them to summon. Let's say it's a 2% for a legendary, which I doubt they will have it that high. I don't know, but kind of doubt it. It depends on the price. Depends on if they value it somewhere in between ancients or voids, or even more expensive than voids. If it's more expensive than void, then it has to be somewhere around the 3% for legendaries. If it's only epics and legendaries that is dropping, then it will have to be way higher than 3%. I would say 3 and 97% doesn't make sense for me really to be spending a lot of money on those. Let's just carry on. With what this post is saying, okay, we continue on. Prism Crystals are required to summon champions from the Prism Shard when summoning. Prism Crystals are required to summon champions from the Prism Shard. Also, it's something you combine together. You combine the Prism Crystals. I'm guessing summon pool event. Maybe there's a free-to-play method to acquire the crystals, and you fuse them together to make a Prism Shard. You can obviously, I'm guessing, buy the Prism Shards directly without even having to spend the time doing the events. But I'll continue. Maybe there's a Prism Pass. Who knows? When the summoning pool events ends, any remaining Prism Crystals will be used automatically, and summon champions will be sent to your inbox. Cool. It means there's no Wait Shadow Legends anymore. They're cutting it right here. So Plarium is doing this. They're saying, okay, We know you love to hoard shards. Do it at your own time. We're bringing in a new way to acquire the champions that you're looking for. You want to get Necret Coldbrew? Well, we're going to put him in the pool for the Prism Crystals for the first ever event that we're going to do, right? And we're going to make you spend money to get it, Coldbrew. That's what they think. If you do not have enough Prism Crystals to summon a champion at the end of the event, you'll be able to use those remaining Prism Crystals in future summon pool events. So honestly, there's barely any way to keep some of these crystals. You're gonna have to be under the limit for summoning, and I'm guessing it's gonna be very low. So it will only mean the amount maybe to summon an epic that you'll be able to carry over, like very little amount. From what I'm guessing, I have absolutely zero information about this. So with all of this already within the game, let me just remove the test server tag there. There's no point really, since this is already data mined. Yeah, I'm 100% sure this is coming into the game, since stuff like this are very, very accurate, it seems, compared to other stuff that we had, you know, leaks in the past. We did have a leak, like a red summoning shard in the past. I think I even made a video. That was just a marketing campaign kind of image. As written, this doesn't sound great, to be honest. It sounds like summoning a champ from the pool will cost more than one crystal, and your crystals will be spent automatically at the end of the event. Only get to keep the remainder for the next event. Not on board if they're forcing me to spend resources. Well, it's not really forcing you. If you're getting those resources, let's say it's something like those Path of Light events. We do them already. We get the points. We get the crystals. We do summons automatically. It makes sense for me to have something like this in the game. I don't like it, but it just totally means it's not going to be free to play friendly. It's the least free to play friendly thing, even comparing it to, let's say, Awakenings, where Awakenings is very whale friendly. You buy them by the tons, all right? You buy the Mortal Soulstone by the tons. You summon, you get Awakenings. Your power just rises exponentially compared to an account that doesn't have Awakenings. You get those 500 attack boosts, the 4-star Awakenings, extra 25% crit damage. Now they boosted the 6-star power that you get through Awakenings. Is the obvious power creep is there. And then guess the meta will be to have at least one champion requirement saved for the next event if you don't want any from the current pool. So say it takes 40 crystals to summon a champion, you leave it at 39, 38, so it wouldn't get used. Yeah, but it might, as I said, it might even be less than that, because you might be able to, let's say, summon for an epic. There might be different ways to use up your crystals to summon for specifically the pool of epics. Let's say summon for specifically the pool of legendaries with an X amount. Let's say X amount of Prism Crystals guarantees you a legendary from the pool. Would you do it? Would you grind a complete event? I would personally do it. Let's say you can get 400 crystals from an event that revolves around champion training, dungeon divers, arenas, all of that together, let's say, and you get Prism Crystals. Then you use all those for a guaranteed legendary out of a pool of let's say 10, which would be nice. It's a 1 out of 10, but it's still kind of cool. And then if you want to go crazy with those, you straight up buy them. It's either going to be this way, or it's going to be like a proper shard where it's a 97% chance for a void. It's still a ton of RNG, and there's no guarantee you'll be getting what you're looking for. Anyway, it's, yeah, always Reddit. It's when you're reading through Reddit posts, it's always the vocal minority, okay? And I'm saying this because it's the people who go on Reddit who are not really anymore looking for to go on the YouTube comments. They're not the people who are really most of the time satisfied with the game. That is why Reddit is pretty much, for any game, I'm not talking about Raid specifically, for any game, this is, you know, a bad place to go after a while. After a game has evolved and is ripe, okay, Reddit becomes basically dissatisfied. Go to any game out there onto their own official subreddit and have a look at, let's say, 50% of the posts, and you'll see sometimes disappointing looks, more so on specific time periods after a patch or before a patch, stuff like that. You'll notice it if you played enough games. You guys know what I mean. So, and it's a gacha game. I'm enjoying as free to play. The raid is surprisingly free to play friendly, but I don't forget the type of game it is. When people say things like this will cost lots of money, I'm just like, duh. Yeah, this dude here, education fan or dudette, gets it. I mean, it's very obvious. Nobody is forcing your hand on spending. And nobody's grabbing your wallet. Come on, coldbrew. It's like, no, Plarium, no, my wallet, Plarium. Like, they're not doing it. Even if they have my credit card actually saved in their system. So I just click on it, double click, and it goes through. Like the payment will go through. They never force you with anything. They might entice you with better offers and better offers, but it's on you. Always on you. Just have that in mind. I'm not giving them anything. I'm just saying they get you, but in the end, getting you is like, it's also your fault. It's never just their fault. Gonna start saving for rotos as soon as it comes. Is saving what? I mean, look, the obvious way to do this is if we get some free to play of these Prism Crystals through events, then we will know, okay, we'll start preparing, saving up our energies specifically for Prism Crystal stuff. With that being said, it's all in the air on what's gonna come. But I don't know. I have no idea what they're thinking in terms of pricing and everything. It's gonna be all up in the air. I hope it's not expensive. Voids are already too expensive. You're not gonna be able to get them from clown balls. You're not gonna be able to get them from hydras. 100% sure of that. I doubt that they'll put any in the areas of the game. Wow, when did all of these open like this? Get some voids here. Well, I'm on the test server. That's why it's like this. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. I just wanted to talk about the Prism Crystals. I like the idea of limited summons. I don't know about the pricing. It really has to be reasonable. And when I say reasonable, with Plarium in mind, what you gonna do? Like, not much, right? Anyway, guys, this was the video. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe. I will see you in the next one. See ya.